Hey guys, today we're going to talk about slope from two coordinates. So we're going to be looking at a formula we're going to use, and the formula is m, or the slope, is equal to the change in y over the change in x. Or in this case we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take two coordinates which both have an x and a y value and break those up, find the differences between them, and that will give us our slope. Let's look at an example. So our first example, we have 6, 3 and 4, 2. And we have a reminder of our equation here, or our formula rather, which is, again, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we choose one point at random, doesn't matter which, to be x and y2. So we're going to take the y value from this first point here, the blue point, and that is going to go right there. And then its corresponding x value will go underneath it. We'll go to the other point, take the y value, put it on top, and then its corresponding x value goes underneath. So we find the difference here. So we subtract 3 minus 2, we get 1, and 6 minus 4, and we get 2, and our slope ends up being 1/2. But wait a minute, what happens if we didn't want to choose 6, 3 as our y sub 2 coordinate and x sub 2 coordinate? What if we wanted to choose 4, 2 first? Well, that's okay. It's going to work out the same, as long as you are consistent with how you put your points. So in this case, we're going to use 2 as our y sub 2 and 4 as our x sub 2. 3 is going to be our y sub 1. And 6 is going to be our x sub 1. So we subtract 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And then we know that a negative over a negative in a fraction makes a positive, so we end up with a positive 1/2, which was what we got when we had 6, 3 as our first coordinates. So as long as you're consistent, things will come out the same. Let's look at another example. We have negative 2, 5, and we have negative 3, negative 7. So 5 goes in y sub 1, or excuse me, y sub 2. Negative 7 goes in y sub 1. Negative 2 goes in x sub 1. Negative 3 goes in x sub 1. So we're going to subtract to find the difference. Now we have a negative here with the 7, and we're subtracting. So remember that that is going to make a positive. So this isn't going to be 5 minus 7, it's going to be 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. And again, the same thing is going to happen down here. This double negative will make an addition sign. So we will have negative 2 plus 3, which is positive 1. And we get a slope of 12 over 1, or 12. And again, just to show you that things will work out the same, we'll take those same coordinates and put negative 3, negative 7 first. So we have negative 7 minus 5, the 5 comes here, over negative 3 minus a negative 2. Negative 7 minus 5 leaves us with negative 12. And again, we have that double negative sign down here, so just be careful of that when you are doing your problems. We'll have negative 3 plus 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Again, we are left with a negative over a negative. And we know that any negative number divided by a negative number leaves a positive, so 12 divided by 1 is 12, and our slope is 12 for that one. Okay, folks, we're going to be practicing this in class, and I will see you there. Us!